Hello everyone. Welcome back to yet another new season. As now we are going to start season number 6. As we saw in the previous season, Sebastian Muller would be able to get a fifth world title, this time driving for FCR after getting four for LSA. And speaking about LSA, Emerson Gomez would be finishing second in a very frustrating way as he was leading the way for quite a long time, but then some bad results in round number 8 and 9 really cost him a lot. And then we would see also Sven Halberg there in third place with then Dave Gibson and then Patrick Ivimaki closing the top 5. When it comes to the team standings, LSA would win yet another Constructors' World title, will be their fifth in 5 seasons that we have on this series so far. Then we have Wolfars taking second place with FCR now with a best ever result in third with then NTH in P4. Then we would see LTE beating Blue Blizzard and also Heritage Performance with then VO in P8 followed by Lynx Racing. Then SCP would be able to overtake Racing Team Turkey, who then would be finishing in last place as they didn't take part in the final 4 rounds. Now, as we come into this season, there was one team that will no longer be racing in this season, which is Levioso Talento Emergente, as they were sold by LSA into now a brand new British team. And that team will be Rapid Racing Team. That is the brand new team then, and as you can see, they've kept the orange color as well. Another change that we would see would be Heritage formats going through a rebranding, as now they will be known as Russo British Racing Team. And as this comes because of the main sponsor from Maxwell and the main sponsor of Bulatov, they will join forces and actually invest more money into the team. And so they've decided to actually so we make the rebranding simply because of this. And so yeah, that's it now. Because they're going from the white and red colors to now a green and white color. Now, as we have a look then into the lineups for this season, Homa Charvat and Santiago Alvarez would not be keeping their seats on the grid, so they would pretty much be out. And so as we start then with the Constructors World Champion, we see now Emerson Gomez staying with the team for the second season. And we will also see the newly promoted Miklos Ferenzi, now just 20 years old, and he's actually the youngest LSA drivers at the moment. And yeah, should be interesting what can they do. Obviously, they are going through some financial troubles, and that was why they sold LTE, and so that they could actually focus only on LSA and keep the team alive and strong. But they might be a little bit vulnerable. And with that, we got in full force Sven Halberg racing alongside Dave Gibson, who raced for them back in season 2. So this is basically a return, and he seems to be pretty much on his prime of his career as he got 2 P4s in the standings and being very close actually to third place. And so, yeah, I think Full Force definitely has a very mega team. And then another team, we got Sebastian Muller driving alongside Victor Lewis. So, no changes here. And it should be interesting what can he do this season as they're obviously looking to be stronger as there is even more investment coming into the team in this season as they obviously want to tackle now the constructors. As then in NTH, you would see Patrick Ivimaki once again now driving alongside Leonardo Soares, who got promoted from Blue Blizzard, and we would see obviously he will be replacing Roy Vermeulen, who had pretty much some the lack of results basically. And then we would see also another rebranding, which I forgot to talk about, which is instead of being Blue Blizzard, now it's going to be called Black Blizzard. So they're going to go from blue to black. And so with that said, we would see now Soret Frederiksen now driving alongside Manuel Novak. It's one of the rookies from this season, only 19 years old, from Austria. And then we would see from Russo British Racing, Ivan Bolatov and William Maxwell staying in the team, and they're looking actually stronger. They do feel very confident that they could maybe challenge in the top 5 this season at least, if not the top 4. And then you would see VO with Roman Grenier driving alongside Wayne Godfrey, which is the other rookie from this season, 20 years old from Canada. And then for Lynx Racing, you would see Joe Ribeiro and Keki Nakano, so nothing changing there. And then SCP, they will actually not keep in their lineup. We thought that there wouldn't be any changes, but yeah, Jacob Zitek decided to leave for Happy the racing team, and so they hired a very experienced driver, of course, as he's used to race in the top teams. He raced in LSA, NTH, and also Flow Force, so everything you can imagine he's been there. So it's definitely going to be a very crucial piece for SCP in this season, and he's going to be driving alongside Giancarlo Morelli. And then we got the brand new team, Rapid Racing Team. We have then Jacob Zitek driving for them, as he's now currently 27 years old, and then Roy Vermeulen, who's actually now the oldest driver on the grid alongside Sebastian Muller with 34 years. And so let's see then, as he obviously got essentially demoted from NTH, and now he's trying to recover his career. And let's see if he can rise up again. Now, as we have a look into the calendar for this season, we will have 10 rounds, just like in the last season. As you would see here, Red Bull Ring would be the opening round in Austria. Then we would have Cora for the round number 2 in Austin. And then we would see Monza being the third round with Shanghai in the fourth round. And then Monaco will be closing the first half of the season. Then for the second half, we would be driving to Japan for Suzuka with then Hockenheim, and then we would go back to Asia with Sepang in Malaysia, and then we would go with Barcelona, and then Canada. The Gilles Villeneuve circuit would then be closing the season. Now, one of the changes that we would see coming into this season will be actually the point system. As on your left, you can see the old one that we were using until the previous season, and on your right will be the point system that will be used for this season. And as you can see, the main difference is mostly at the top positions, as now instead of 25 points, now the race winner will be winning 35 points, and now second place, instead of just winning 3 less points, now will be 6 less points. And so as you can see, a big difference there, and so that meant that now wins will be a lot more valuable, and it's going to be more crucial to get those race wins. Also, even from second to third, instead of a 3-point difference, is now 4 points different, and yeah. So, but mostly at the back, the positions will be mostly the same. But now the driver in last place will not be receiving 1 point. He's going to be one. I mean, he's going to be receiving 0 points, and the other positions will be receiving 1 point less mostly. And when it comes to the fastest lap, that will be still giving the driver 1 more point as well. And as you can see, there are also no points given to a pole position, as even though that was asked by a few teams and drivers because of how chaotic qualifying seems to be, and sometimes a little bit useless. But either way, FIA decided not to add that point for now. So without any further ado, let's get ourselves into the qualifying session. Alright, so this is it. This is the start of qualifying, the first of this season, and so let's see who can put themselves here at the top. We see then Kivimaki with both low forces at the front here. Let's see who can take that provisional pole, and it's going to be, I think, Halber, yes, with Leon in second place, with then Muller, then it's Ribeiro in P4, surprisingly. Now we see Gibson at the front here with the soft tires. Can he improve or not? And he can, now into provisional pole. Then we got Kivimaki up into second place. And now we see the others just leaving the pits, who will try to find an answer here from VEO. Now we got then Luis, I think he improved. Now we got Emerson Gomez with a lap of 32.37 into provisional pole then. We got then Muller here at the end. Can he improve or not? And he can. And he ties with Gomez, but now we see Leon and then Vermeulen into provisional pole then. Let's see, then we got the NTH now with just 2 corners to go now on the main straight. What can he do here? And it's not really an improvement. So no, yeah, not exactly a good lap. You see, I think Frederiksen I think that was Frederiksen. Oh, it was it now. He was there a little bit before. Into P7. But now we have a few drivers into the pits. Let's see, we got a few others trying to do fast lap. We see Lewis into P5 now. And I think I saw Suarez into a third. Let's see, is there someone who to improve? We got Halberg into P4. We got Halberg who goes very close to improving his lap. And I think I think that may have been Leon. Ooh, Ferenzi to P5. Let's see then the Canadian, and we got Sakihimaki right behind, looking really fast here on this lap. I think he might be able to improve. And let's see, ooh, we got Gibson. I don't know exactly where, ooh. A very strong lap there from him. And we got Kivimaki to third place. Okay, so this is it. Final lap is here. We got Leon then will be crossing the line, not looking to improve it. We see Halberg here. Can he do it or not? No! He's gonna stay in P8, so I think it's decided then. Gibson will be taking pole position at the opening round. So that's it then for this qualifying session. So let's then have a look into the starting grid then for today's race. So having a look then into the starting grid, we got Dave Gibson starting on pole position with then Oliver Mullen in second place. Then we got Kivimaki then in third place, followed then by Carlos Leon. Then we got Suarez in P5, followed now by the 5 times world champion Muller then in P6. Then we got Ferenzi in P7, followed by Sven Halber. Then we had Kiki Nakano in P9, followed then by Emerson Gomez. Then you have Fredericks in P11, followed by Virtual Lewis, and you got Ribeiro with Morelli in P14. And then you have Novak with Zietek in P16, and you got Maxwell with both Vios, Grenier, and Godfrey, and then Bolatov in last place. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's get ourselves into the race in 63 laps here in Spielberg, Austria. Alright then, the waiting is over, and here we go then. The season is on here in Austria. We got Gibson with a nice start here, no big changes at the front for now. As we see now Kivimaki taking second place. Then we got Muller on the outside there. He managed to survive that, as now he goes to get past his ex-teammate. He tries to go down the inside, but that didn't work well for him. Now we see Vermeulen, then we got Leon, and then we got Gibson leading the way with Kivimaki there. We're in second place, as we see now Muller up the side of Leon. He makes the move now into P4 he goes, and he's on the soft tires, trying to prove. You see a lot of tires actually on the softs, which is quite interesting. Then we see now Muller making a move on Kivimaki. Now we see Vermeulen, he tried to defend against the German, he gonna get squeezed. And now we see Gomez and looking for that redemption. Look at that, he actually did push Muller into the wall there. Then we got also Leon here now in P5, just following the Brazilian. Now you see the grids coming down here. We got Nakano with a good qualifying now, trying to stay in the top 10, but that will probably be a little bit hard. Still doing a good job so far. Then we got Lewis now trying to recover, but it was not an easy qualifying outside of the top 10. And then we have Gomez and Leon now. Then we have Muller now trying to overtake Kivimaki. And then we have Gibson, and once again leading the way on the medium tires, which could be a very crucial thing here. Might be able to avoid some of the traffic that the drivers on the softs will have. Then we have now Gomez. I think we have a battle for the lead now. Vermeulen, look at that! The Dutchman looking to be revived, and now he goes into the lead of the race. That was also his last podium. Now we see Muller getting past his ex-teammate as well. There is Gibson also getting overtaken by yet another ex-teammate here from Emerson Gomez. And then with Gibson now being teammates with Halberg, is pretty much now being teammates with a lot of the big names here in this sport. Because we now see Kivimaki battling now for P5 with Halbert, Leon, and then Forenzi on the hard tires, trying to improve. Strategy should also be interesting on this track, as last time it was clearly a two-stopper. At the front looks like we got Vermeulen and Muller battling each other now for the lead of the race, but there he goes, it's the German now leading the way. I think winning that title for FCR definitely has given him a lot of confidence coming into this season. But now we see here a very motivated Gomez. Now he takes second place. We now see Leon try to overtake Halberg. Here he goes up the inside. Can he do it? No, Halberg will do the switch back. We then have Kivimaki and Forenzi. Forenzi not gaining that many positions. Now we see Lewis starting to recover, putting himself into the top 10 now. He's gonna try and get past the LSA, but that didn't work well. Then we have Kivimaki trying to go down the outside. And again, not working all that well. Now we see Halberg taking P4 from Vermeulen, who's starting to fall down here. Now we see someone pitting, and I think that's Godfrey then, the rookie, being the first to pit in this season. As you got now Kivimaki getting passed around the outside by Forenzi, who takes now P6, starting to gain a lot of positions here. And now we got Muller into the pits. Gonna get followed by Kivimaki, then we see Grenier in the background as well. But let's see now, the German is gonna come out behind Nakano and just ahead of Morelli, who gives him a nice little punt there. As now we look at the fronts, we see the Flow Force 1-2 for now, as we got now Gomez pitting for mediums as well. And let's see, he gets undercutted by Muller. As now we look, Virta Lewis then into the pits, he's gonna pit for another set of soft tires. And now let's see where he's going to come out. It's gonna be behind Novak and just ahead of Vermeulen. Now things don't looking to go all that well, I'd say. So you got now Lewis getting past the rookie there. We have then Gibson and Halberg battling each other. Forenzi right at the back, actually starting to gain time here. And yeah, they're doing a good job here for LSA so far. As you see now, trying to get past Gibson. Let's see, can he go around the outside of turn 1? He's gonna try it, and he gets squeezed out by Gibson there. Then we have now Muller making a move on Suarez. Nicely done there. Trying to make these free stopper work. We see Gomez right behind. Now we see Forenzi trying to overtake Gibson. Can he do it or not? He goes up the inside on the second hairpin, and he managed to block him. So he's got the overtaking done and into second place. We see Muller started to get closer and closer. Now we got Halberg then finally going into the pits. And he's going to take the soft tires. Let's see how big is the undercuts from the other drivers. As we see now, Halberg will come out just ahead of Ribeiro. And ahead of Kivimaki as well. So yeah, let's see then, he's in P8, but he's gonna have much fresher tires. And now that's where he needs to capitalize, as we see now Gibson looking to get overtaken before he even pits. And the same can also happen with Forenzi. Now the newly promoted LSA driver. As you see now, Muller's gonna try and go around the outside. Maybe he can do it before the hairpin, and now he's done it. But yeah, now we see, looks like Gomez has got past Forenzi. He probably let him pass easily, but now he's actually keeping up with him. Maybe looking to be faster. And now we see how the tires make a huge difference. But we see here is Grenier battling Gibson, who came out in P10. Now he's on the soft tires, but he has a lot of work to do now. Let's see now, he gets the move done on the Frenchman. Now we see Gibson now trying to overtake Kivimaki. Can he do it or not? He's gonna have to do it here. Kivimaki goes defensive. And so Gibson cannot make the move. He's gonna try on the exit here as he going to the second hairpin now. Going downhill. We see Gibson again, but he makes the move and he gets the penalty. But he somewhat managed to keep the position. But now this is allowed for Grenier to get a free position. Now we see Suarez maybe trying to overtake Morelli. Can he do it or not? He maybe try on the inside. No. He doesn't manage to make it work. Now we see Zitek with Frenzy to go free wide here. And look at that now, Frenzy. Again, he goes around the outside of Frederiksen and nicely done there. Nice move done there from Ferenzi. Now he's right ahead of Zitek, who's gonna try and make a move. Ferenzi maybe struggling for pace at the start of the season. Now he's just losing more time. And now he needs to get past all of those drivers. And now he gets past the Polish driver. Now he goes after Frederiksen again. Now we see Lewis into the pits. Let's see, he's gonna come out behind this huge train. And I think he's gonna be just ahead of Morelli, who did not manage to get past him. So yeah, there he goes in Lewis. Into P11, now we see Ferenzi up the inside of Vermeulen. Can he make the move? And yes, he has done it then. But now we see Halberg. Now he's catched up to Muller, and we see Gomez has pitted already for a second time. But let's see now Halberg, can he do it or not here? As you see, he ran very long on the first stint. Now he's managed to get that distance back, as we see Muller going defensive here on the second hairpin, and Halberg not able to overtake him then. He gets squeezed. You know why, that was a very spicy battle. You see Muller still opting to stay out. But now looks like Halberg is gonna pit earlier than him. So Full Force will try the undercut. And let's see if that will work. Because now we got Ferenzi then in P4. And then we have it's Lewis now in P6. With Kivimaki right behind. But yeah, Kivimaki has really old tires. I think the Nordic Turners are definitely struggling here today. Because now we have then Halberg trying to overtake Muller. He goes up inside there. Can he do it? No! So yeah, Muller did come out of the pits ahead of the Swedish driver. There is a quite huge positive thing for Muller. Now he has to get past that black blizzard, and now he's done it. Now he has Ferenzi right ahead of him. With Ted Gomez, who had a huge undercut actually. Because look at that, he's actually 7 seconds ahead of the team. Ferenzi trying to slow down Muller for his teammate, but not much he can do right now. Muller takes second place, which is quite interesting. So Lewis made some aggressive undercuts, and I think this strategy is working pretty well for him. Because he was actually a little bit far behind. At some point he was struggling to get into the top 10, but now he's pretty much in the top 5. And then you have Gibson, probably lost out a bit on the strategy. And then we got Leon just ahead of Grenier. As you see the video, try to find a way past. But right now not much he can do. Was gonna try maybe up the inside there into the final 2 turns. But it doesn't have a good exit there. And now into turn 1, Leon managed to defend that well. But now we see Leon has to go defensive. Grenier would try to go on the inside, but it was a very weird swerving. Then you got Kivimaki then in P11. Oh my god, they're struggling to get past Morelli. But again we see Grenier trying to get past the SCP of Leon. Can he do it or not? He now has a good exit there, and can he finally do it? Yes, he can! As we now see Halberg now try to get past Ferenzi. Ferenzi gets the penalty, and that is gonna cost him another position. We might cost him a third one. You see Gibson right behind. But then soon he should go into the pits, maybe on this lap I'd say. As here now we see a few drivers Then going for the third pit stop, as we see then Muller with the first one to pit lane. He's going to try an undercut. There he comes out of the pits. We see Grenier making a move, but Muller gets an easy switch back, so he was definitely preparing himself for that. And now we see Gomez then diving into the pits. Halberg will follow him. Then we got Lewis. Then Francis. So it's everyone then going to the pits here. So yeah, here we go then. We got Gibson staying out. It looks like Gomez has left the pits already ahead of Muller. So he's in a very good position here, but he needs to get past the Scottish driver who's attempting a two-stopper. But now Gomez goes up the inside and he takes the position then. Takes the lead of the race now, but he might have to defend it though. Gibson not giving up yet. But maybe not much that he can do here. Let's see, then we got the battle for second. We got Zitek in the middle there, but he's a lap down. But now Muller goes up the inside of Gibson and he takes second place then. It's Albert now trying to overtake Kivimaki. Trying to defend for his life. You see that FT was playing a long-term game because he's been sometimes on the outside of the top 10. And now suddenly he's up into P4. But on much older tires now, so a lot of drivers will be trying to overtake him. In the meantime, we see here freeway battle. Lewis, Kivimaki and Halberg. You see here Halberg gonna try and go around the outside of the Finnish driver. Can he do it? Yes, he can. He took P5 then. And then we see Bulatov as well. Bulatov up into P6. Quite an amazing drive here, that is for sure. You see right now Frederiksen defending against Ferenzi. Definitely not a good first race for LSA. But now he's gonna try and make a move here. He goes up the inside. Can he do it? Yes, he can then. Ferenzi to P8. Then we have Grenier. Recruiting P10. But then now we see Halbert driving up the inside of Gibson. To take P4 now. So yeah, Gibson now out of the podium. So even less than that for the Emerson Gomez, was definitely starting his redemption arc here. He fumbled the bag last season, now he's gonna try and to not mess up again, as we see now Emerson Gomez wins the opening round here in Austria. With then Muller taking second place. And who's gonna be last on the podium here? We see Lewis trying to hold on against Halberg, and he does it! Lewis will finish on the podium for the first time. As we didn't have Halberg in P4, then we got Bulatov with an amazing P5. Then it's Gibson, Kivimaki, Ferenzi, Grenier, Frederiksen, Leon, Ribeiro Soares. Then you got Vermeulen, Morelli, then Zitek. Then we see Maxwell definitely struggled a lot in this race. Followed in by the rookies Novak and Godfrey. Then it's Nakano in the last place. And so yeah, that's it for today's race. Let's then have a look into the standings, as we see then Gomez with the fastest lap. As the order in the gyro standing is the same as the today's race results, we will jump straight into the team standings, and as you can see, FGR now leads the way with 54 points, now being 6 points ahead of LSA, and then it's Flow Force in third place, followed in by Russo, British Racing tied with now Nordic Thunder for P4, and then we see FCP in P6, followed by RRT, and then we got Black Blizzard tied with VO, and then it's Lynx Racing in P10. And that's it for today's video. As for the next round, we are going to be racing at the Circuit of the Americas, which is the third time we are going to be racing there, just like in Austria today. And so we'll see you there. Until the next time, goodbye.